Hi everyone, my name's Derrick McKenzie. I'm the drummer with Jamiroquai, and I've just recently done a track with the mighty Matt Johnson of Jamiroquai, who plays keyboards, and Roki. We did the track. It's called Interstellar Love, and I just want to explain my part and my production with this track from the drummer's point of view. Okay, here we go. So this is what the drums sound like all together with the track. And there are live drums and there are programmed drums as well, and filtered drums as well, yeah, and of course disco drums. So I'll start with telling you how I started to build the track up, okay? When I first got the track, Matt sent me the keyboards and the basic track with all the bass and keys and everything, and basic vocals and everything. And what I did was I just stripped everything back and then just first started off, found a loop of myself playing live drums, because we do want that live element in there as well. So I did actually put a couple of loops in there of myself playing drums, and here they are. It's a little bit low, and that's intentionally how I wanted them to be. So there are actually quite low drums there, but I also boosted it with an actual bigger loop of myself, which is the same loop, but I use this one for all of the drums. So that's me playing drums, which is taken from another track that I recorded previously earlier on in the year. So by getting those two drums, I thought, right, that's a good starting point. And then what I did was found myself a loop just to kind of boost what's already there, because everything's based around that live loop, okay? So I found this kick drum to start with. So that's that electronic kick drum right there. Now that kick drum is basically just a sample electronic kick drum that I use all the time for a lot of my tracks. And then I also went and found an electronic loop, which has also hi-hats, kick drum, snare drum, but from the electronic side as well. So it gives it that modern sound. This is like the main part of the track. So this is this. So that's where the hand claps come from, the main hand claps, okay? And the snare and the hi-hats, and together with my drums as well, it all just boosts the whole thing and makes the track what you hear. So we've got my loop, one, my loop number two, kick drum, and then to add to that, we had another kick drum. Now the first kick drum you heard is like for a higher end. This is for this second kick drum. That kick drum that I've just muted and brought back in, it's more for the middle, like the middle range bottom, so mid to low end. And then Matt, when I sent the track to Matt, he then added this really, really super low kick drum. It's like a pulse, but it's really, really effective in the track. And doesn't matter what speakers you play it on, you can actually hear that kick drum going. So it's actually really, really important for this track, that kick drum. And of course, my speakers that I have at home, they're like Roland MA12s. They're only like little tiny speakers like that. But you know what? They work for me. I've had them for years. So, and that's how I managed to get these sounds together. And with the help of Matt, of course. So yeah, so that's basically what I added to the track. I also added some live drums, there's some hats in there as well. So we've got normal hats in there, which I played from my loop. And then when it came to the chorus, we added these other open hi-hats, and these are the hats. Really simple electronic. I think they're like 909s or 808s or something like that. But when you put them together with the actual drums, they sound amazing. So we go again. Here we go. And it actually makes a difference for the chorus. So now if we go to the verse, you get that dynamic. You get to hear the keys, bass, and everything. I deliberately muted the bass so you can hear the drums, okay? So that is basically how I put the drums together for this track. I tend to use my live drums quite a lot. So I've got live drum fills going in here as well. So that's me playing, that's the live drums triggered with electronic drums as well. But there's also other drum rolls that I put in there as well. So which are just small fills, you know. Just really straight, the basic fills, but they work. They actually work. So this is one of the other drum fills that I put in there, which is like a toms. So that's me playing across the toms there. So here we are. So now we're at the stage where we just get all the drums together and we have a really good sounding track. Here we go. I'm just going to play the basics so you can hear the melodic side of the track as well. And here's the bass line. So when you put all the drums together, it all comes together really nicely. Matt really did a good job with experimenting with sound and just keeping it really spacey and just like in the clouds type thing, you know. And for that, you know, for that reason, I came up with this with these drum sounds. I just wanted it to be modern, quite driving, and just give a really good vibe to the track. Here we use some filter drums, which we use for the breakdown, and then brought them into the outro section, and they sound like this, which is basically all the drums recorded and then filtered, put through a filter process. So they come up like that. So here we are, and we're just going into the next section, which is the outro section, where Matt did like a new bass line, new chords, new everything. So it literally sounds like a completely separate track, but it's actually the same track. So, and these are the drums all together with the filtered section as well. And you can hear that Interstellar Love. That's actually me going through a vocoder with Matt doing his funky stuff all over it, you know, which is great. Love this section. And clav, we've got a clav here. So we just built up those drums, and then once I've got all the drums together, I just stem them out, and then I sent them over to Matt, and then Matt just polished up a couple of bits and just made it look and just made it sound really, really good. But you know, the main part for me was to get all the drums sounding good, so I made sure that I got a good sound source to start with, and then just did whatever I could at home to make it sound great. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's giving you some sort of insight into Interstellar Love, and we're going to be working on more things in the very near future, and we look forward to letting you hear it. Take care for now. See you later. Bye.